Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with another in Hyperion's Romantic Piano Concertos series. And I really like this one personally because it's very French and delicious. It's the complete works for piano and orchestra of Gabriel Pierné, who lived from 1863 to 1937. He was an almost exact contemporary of Mahler, except that he lived a lot longer on the other end, because Mahler was born in 1860, and this is 63. And he was similar in character. He was best known in his life as a conductor. He did write the gorgeous ballet Cydalise et le Chèvrepied, which you really ought to know if you don't, because it's magnificent. And he wrote a select amount of extraordinarily fine instrumental and choral music, but he was best known as a conductor who composed. And I think he conducted the Concert Cologne for like a billion years or something like that. But yeah, that's what he did. But because he was a conductor like Mahler, he had a wonderful command of the orchestra, and his music is really, really enjoyable. He did not write a lot in traditional forms, however, whereas Mahler wrote symphonies and songs. Pierné, wrote ballets and tone poems and things, and not a lot, and one concerto, at least one piano concerto anyway. His piano concerto in C minor, Opus 12, which is only 20 minutes long, so it never gets played. It has exactly the same form, well, almost, as Saint-Saëns' second piano concerto. That is, an allegro, then a scherzo, then a finale, so no real slow movement. I love it. It is so enjoyable, so beautifully written for the soloist, so wonderfully scored. It's really a terrific piece. And the fact that we only encounter it on disc, well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles with these shorter pieces. I first encountered the piece on this recording, on bis, with featuring the Philharmonie de Lorraine under Jacques Houtman, and the pianist was Dag Achatz, however you pronounce that. And I loved it back then, but when that was 1987, 88, somewhere in there. This one, which contains all the other stuff he wrote for piano and orchestra, came out in 2001. It features Stephen Coombs, who is a very fine soloist. The performance is just that much more lively and perky than the one on bis. And the BBC Scottish Symphony Orchestra under Ronald Corp. And you also get 3 other works. And, we've talked about this before. There are so many enjoyable works that you can do, but they're short for piano and orchestra that will never get played in a concert because you have to learn them. You've got to rent 3 pieces of music or 4 pieces of music, where normally you would only need 1. You have to find a conductor who would be willing to learn it, an orchestra who's willing to play it, a soloist who knows how to put together a program of 3 disparate pieces. Oh, it's so depressing. But you could get such wonderful results. For example, here we have, we have 2 sort of fluffy things. Well, one really fluffy thing, the Scherzo Caprice in D major, Opus 25, which is only 8 minutes long, but it's delicious. It's like Saint-Saëns' wedding cake, or, one of those things, just delicious. And then you've got the Fantasy Ballet in B-flat major, which is, 11 minutes. It's not inconsiderable. And finally, at 13 fun-filled minutes, the Poème Symphonique in D minor, which is just delightful. I could really hear, I could imagine so easily a program of symphonic poems for solo and orchestra. You could have the Chausson poem, you could have this thing, you could toss in Brooks' Kol Nidre in the middle, and you'd have like violin solo, cello solo, piano solo, and a concerto-length program. Or you could do a bunch of piano things. You could do one of the shorter Saint-Saëns pieces, one of the shorter Mendelssohn pieces, one of the shorter Schumann pieces. There's just so many of these things. So many composers wrote them, and they are absolutely marvelous and so vibrant and enjoyable. But it's probably never going to happen. The symphonic poem in D minor is beautiful. You could pair it with Franck. Les Djinns, that thing he wrote for piano, and a symphonic poem for piano and orchestra. There's a bunch of these things. and you could assemble them into a marvelous program that we will never, ever have the opportunity to hear. But the bottom line is that Pierné was a masterful composer, first-class composer. I really believe that. If you listen to his other orchestral works, and I have a bunch of them sitting here. Hang on a minute. They're on the timpani label. Here we go, like these. You've got Impressions of the Music Hall, which is just delicious. His Fantasy Basque, Isaïe, the Divertissement sur un thème pastoral, and then we've got L'An Mille, and the Cathedrals, and Paysage Franciscan. I mean, these pieces based on liturgical chant and whatnot. I mean, it's just, it's great stuff. These are on the timpani label, by the way. I keep them nearby because I just think that they're really fine, and we need to promote them. And this, actually, I have another copy. The original copy of this is next to those things right back there, because I enjoy it so much and play it rather frequently. Beautiful, beautiful music, lovely performances, great sound. Absolutely nothing not to love. Is it the Romantic Piano Concerto? Well, one of these is. The other pieces are along for the ride, and it's a splendidly enjoyable ride. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.